Ultra Squad, man. Y'all see the title of this, man. Look. Title of the video, what is sex like for trans women? Then try to understand different views, you know. They don't mean we with all this, oh, everybody's all loved, everybody. No, you know, you gotta be fair, you know. I'm with all the equality. I feel like you don't have to agree with certain views and aspects, but everybody, we all still human beings, you know what I'm saying? We try to understand every perspective, try to look at anything, any video, no matter who it is, what it is, we with it all, right? We react to it all, understand everything, you know what I'm saying? Let's get right to the video. You got any recommendations? Leave it in the comments down below. Leave a like, subscribe to the Ultra Squad. Let's get it.
A lot of men are scared to date trans women because they're scared of being gay. And
No. I'm gonna stop you right there. We just don't wanna date a trans woman. That's all that is. We prefer biological women. That's nothing personal. It's you know, just like everybody got their preference, their different sexual preferences and orientations. You know what I'm saying? That's it. We don't come for gay people or bisexual human beings and be like, why are they bisexual? Why can't they date me? They should date me. They shouldn't date them. You know what I'm saying? Don't make sense.
eyes of other men. I don't have muscles, I don't have hairy legs. I have nothing that would attract a gay man to me. You know?
Not to sound rude, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I want a girly girl, you know? I want a girly girl. So yeah.
Also, I don't consider my partner gay.
As it stands now, I would identify as pan or bi, so I'm still married to my cisgender wife. We were married before my transition. The vagina is still something that I am.
I feel like I'm 6 minutes recording, 7 minutes now, and I'm 2 minutes recording the video. So I feel like so many people finna come for me for trying to like see what this person is saying, bro. I'm like, what? I don't understand these analogies. I'm trying to understand what's going on.
Exploring and open to it isn't my number one preference, but I recognize that my wife's number one preference wasn't at the time having a wife.
At what point do you disclose to your potential partners that you're trans? It's such a touchy subject because a lot of girls disagree.
Right away. Why are you hiding it? This is the same person who just said, I don't see why straight men have a problem with dating trans women. So you shouldn't see a problem with telling somebody straight away. If you interested in them, y'all talking like, hey, just so you know, before we start talking, you know, I'm a trans woman. What's wrong with that?
With me, but I believe that your first conversation, point blank.
I wouldn't want to talk to somebody, like have feelings for them, and then they find out that I'm trans and they're not into it, which is totally fine because, you know, it's not everyone's cup of tea and you can't be mad at somebody because they're not into you. But I
like her. She's smart.
I definitely think that before you do anything sexual with somebody, you need to disclose that you're trans. That is like a #1 thing.
So before my surgery, I think it was a little more important. I would literally be with a guy and just like get caught up in the moment and think he's like so perfect, so amazing. And then I was like, wait, like I have to tell you something. And now having a vagina, I've like fully had sex with people and like just not even told them. They just like don't know. When guys get upset when they find out you're trans, it's
What is it? Okay.
honestly based off their own insecurities of like, oh, I find so-and-so attractive. Oh, she used to be a boy. Oh my God.
What? So, bro. Yo, the only one that's made sense is that other lady, bro. Like, they not understanding. Like, they're saying, they literally saying, like, once a guy finds out, it's his own insecurities. No, he just doesn't want to date somebody who was, once upon a time, was a biological male. That's all it was. That's all it is. Nothing more.
If you're attracted to me, if you literally just had sex with me, it doesn't matter.
Hooking up with a lot of people without telling them I was trans. I had an instance one time where I was hooking up with a guy and one of my friends at the time, who I thought was my best friend, told him after I hooked up with him, and he lived in the same apartment.
How do you not know though? Is like the construction of like of a trans woman, the construction of a vagina, is that like, does it feel anything similar to a real one? I'm confused. Legit question.
My building is me, and it was not good. Like, friends starting to beat my ass. I literally had to move out of my apartment.
See, there's so many instances like this, bro. Nobody should hit anybody like that, bro. Offer anything. Just stop dealing with them. But to avoid people who are mentally not there all the way and might hurt you, try to at least avoid them, or at least tell people right away, bro. Because so many instances like this, and it shouldn't be this many instances or like of these things happening. That's why you should tell people right away. I don't see how that's so hard, to be honest.
Because I was scared, like, literally for my life.
Well, I do sleep with like a bat and a knife for sure. Like, I've thought to myself, like, shit, do I have to grab my knife? I have been in bars where I've had guns put up to my head here in California.
Honestly, a couple months ago, I was with this guy and it was just going really good. Didn't expect to like hook up with him or anything. But then one thing led to another. Obviously, didn't tell him I was trans because I didn't expect to hook up with him. He was like, oh, was like Lila your birth name? And like started like asking.
Yo, the LGBTQ is like really on the uprise, and it's starting to be normalized now or whatever. But come on now, let's not act like you just can't tell nobody. Come on, like that you're trying to get people to respect you, but you're not respecting other people by telling them like your orientation, and you're just assuming that they'll be okay with it. Like, that's kind of not respectful for the other person.
Weird questions, and he was like, oh, your vagina like looks new. I didn't know where it was gonna go. I was like, what if he like drugs me or smothers me or literally kills me? Because it happens all the time. You have to be so careful. And so I was like, oh, this is a really unsafe situation. Like, I have to go.
What did you think?
Are orgasms better after your transition? When you're more comfortable with your body, yes, orgasms are better.
When I was pre-op, the orgasms were good, but honey, when I got that vagina, it feels so nice to just be able to just let her just flow. Just let it flow.
I think now that I'm on like hormone pills, my libido went from here to like here.
When you're on hormones for so long, it does a lot to your reproductive organs. So you don't produce sperm and your sex drive goes down a lot. I almost went like a year without having sex just because I really was like not feeling well about myself, because I was still in kind of like that beginning phase where I felt like I really wasn't a full woman yet.
My sex life with my partner has improved since my transition. It can be magical and epically more romantic and epically more, because I'm so much more engaged. I was never able to be fully engaged with almost anything across the spectrum of life, not just sex, before I came out. It's much better, much more beautiful.
How often do you encounter people who fetishize you? Very often. They go instantly into like, oh, like, do you like the top? You know, can I give you oral?
Hey man, look, that is one thing that she said that I can point out. It is a lot of people though. There are people who have fetishes for it or whatever, or they are into it, but they don't want to admit it, bro. Just be yourself, man. If you out there and you want to date a trans person or anybody of the LGBTQ community, do it. Don't let nobody tell you not to. You know, that's your true feelings, bro. No matter who you is, all right, man, that's what you do. Ain't nobody, we ain't tripping. No, do your thing, man. Do your thing.
There's random people who will Instagram DM you, Twitter DM you.
Been so many people who were like, oh my God, do you have a dick? Or like blah, 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 and think it was like so hot and stuff like that. And it's like, baby, I'm not a fetish. And like, that's what so many people like think, or they're like, oh, I'm not into that. And it's like, into what? You're not into girls? Like it's like not something to be into. It's just like, are you attracted?
Hey man, I am into girls who were born biological girls.
Me or not.
When you have sex, do you ever struggle with feelings of dysphoria? Yes, I do. My voice and my face were making out, and sometimes my stubble, you know, I haven't had laser hair removal. There's certain surgeries, facial feminization and things like that that I still haven't had.
With that being said, what she's saying so far is like dysphoria in the voice. The average, from what I see, like the average like trans woman, they don't look like a woman. They still have like features and stuff like that. And I've seen a lot of people, especially on TikTok, like talk about their issues within themselves or whatever, because that is a big issue in the world right now, you know what I'm saying?
People do. I don't. I like that part of my body.
I know a lot of trans women are very like against their parts, and you know, because mentally they're women, right? Well, this is me, trans woman. You know, I'm not mentally a woman. I don't want ovaries. I don't want a vagina.
A lot of men are scared to date trans women because they're scared of being gay.
You know, so I like using my penis to have sex, for
Okay.
sure.
It's so important oftentimes as a trans woman to feel that we need to be the prettiest, we need to be the thinnest, we need to be the curviest, just so we can even feel less dysphoric.
Early on, I remember she even asked if it was possible for me to sometimes, you know, role play like the role of a guy, even just for like, almost like dress up. I think she was just coming to terms with the loss of that. I was just very honest and said no, because I'll be in tears by the end of that.
Was sex talked about in your home growing up?
No. There was no sex talked about in my home.
I grew up in Montgomery, Alabama, so very deep Bible Belt South. So sex was not talked about at home. And I actually had sex at 13.
Asian people, they have like this like strict rule, and like also the way that they want their sons to grow up as. So if they're growing up trans, like it's kind of a big no-no. I told myself, and I made a promise to myself, that I won't transition medically until my mom like fully accepts me. Yeah, she disowned me for like 5 years. I just wanted that path for me. I know that a lot of trans girls would be like, Zyla, you need to take hormones right away or else you're gonna turn into an old man. But for me, I wanted to do it my way. I mean, now we're like best friends, and like she buys me underwear and like bras and stuff, so.
Is it transphobic if I want to wait for sex until my partner gets further into her transition?
Oh, that's a tricky one.
There's no issue with wanting to wait, and you need to definitely communicate that.
Hear me out, because I'm pretty sure what I've said so far, somebody gonna get mad, because people get mad at anything and everything. But how can you be transphobic if they're already with you? You know what I'm saying? They just asking to wait to have sex until you fully transition. How is that transphobic if they already like, you know, dealing with you as a person, like intimately, or like, you know, like in a relationship, just without the sex?
Because it really sucks for someone to have to wait and expect something and it never comes. And then for also them to have to feel that you really don't desire them at all.
No, I don't think that's transphobic. I think honestly certain things, especially sexually with pre-op trans women, is I guess just your like own opinion and your own preference, I guess. Like certain things make you uncomfortable, that's one thing. But if you genuinely like, don't want to have sex with them, then it's like, why are you together? Why are you talking? Like,
It's a conditional kind of love. It's like you don't view them as female or male until they're completely transitioned, which is not fair. If you can't love me at this point, you can't love me at this point, you know?
Has sex ever made you regret your transition? I would
That
say
is
no.
facts.
I don't think sex really has anything to do with my transition, because I guess for me, like
I really don't like how they're only showing one side. Like there's not cases where people regret it, or like they don't want to like be this way no more, like they not really acknowledging any like negative aspects of it. Even if you are happy with who you are now, they not like giving like both parts. They making everything seem like so happy go lucky, when it's not. Life is not like that, no matter who you are or what you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that.
go the rest of my life without having sex.
not regret. I would never ever regret anything. But right after I got my surgery and like got my first boyfriend, I was like, oh my God, why is this so much work? Like, cause you have to dilate and like clean and like all this stuff. Once you go that far, there's nothing really you can't handle. So it's just all about patience at that point and like letting everything heal, and your day will come.
I'm at a point in my transition where like sex doesn't give me any validation anymore. I think when I was younger, that was definitely an issue, and I thought I needed to be having so much sex to have people really think, you know, that I was the most perfect and beautiful woman.
What's one thing you wish you could do?
Hey man, her right there, she must have went through some stuff in her life, bro. Like, it sucks, man.
Think about being a trans woman. This whole like pervert thing and like, you know, us trans women using the restroom, it's like, honey, all we do there is wash our hands or pee or poop, and then we're gone. I am not there to look and stare at your anything.
One of the things that I wish that we can debunk is that we often don't get tested. We often don't want to know our HIV status. People think that, you know, we're just walking around, you know, just like walking STD. We're not.
We just want to be normal. We want to live a life. We want happiness. We want boyfriends. We want husbands. We want to not be killed. We don't want to be
I understand everything she's just saying. Like, if you watch Aubrey and Preach, they cover a lot of things like this. They cover a lot of different things, and they cover this topic in particular too. Like, bro, it's not even that what she's saying, bro. Like, the way they explain it is like a lot of people, especially in the media, they try to make this narrative like everybody's just not for them and attacking them. Like, everybody's not, to be honest, everybody's not really tripping that deep about it. It's not that deep about it. Everybody do their own thing. Everybody be cool, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own life. It's not that deep. But there are cases where things like what she's saying right now does happen, you know? But everybody not like that, you know? Everybody not thinking about, oh my gosh, why are they here? Like, you know what I'm saying?
And we don't want to be somebody's secret. We don't want to be your side chick. Every night I get texts from midnight to 5 in the morning, and it's so annoying because those are hoe hours. And I'm not nobody's hoe. I'm special. I'm unique.
What is something you wish you had learned?
Everybody wants to be special. Everybody wants to be unique, bro. Like, everybody don't want to be normal, just like a normal person. You know, nowadays, everybody think they entitled just for whatever reason, bro. Come on now.
I wish that I learned being trans isn't a sexuality, it's an identity. Like, I thought, because of my own experience, I thought, okay, all trans.
Is that not the same thing? Is that not the same thing though? Like, if you're a lesbian, it's not just like your sexual orientation or whatever. That's your identity. You identify as a lesbian. No, that's what you are. That's who you are as a human being. You know, no matter what you are, trans, bi, whatever, you identify as that. That's your identity.
Women who transition from male to female, they like men, but that's clearly not the case. Like, you can be a trans woman and love women. You can love both, or you can love men.
I wish that I would have learned that sex doesn't equal
Caitlyn
love.
Jenner.
I think I would have realized that just because I was 13 and I thought that I loved him and we had sex, so that meant that he loved me too.
The
12
emotional connectivity that comes from having sex with someone. After I've had sex with someone, it has never been the same when I'm in the room with them. When their name is brought up, there's a connection there that, for better or worse, those are pieces of me that I wish I had guarded a little more in a lot of circumstances.
Everyone should explore their own bodies and find out what is best for them. You know, it shouldn't be about making other people happy.
Facts.
Or
facts.
Fulfilling a societal standard.
Right. So with that being said, what she's just saying right now, fulfilling societal standards and all that. So can't nobody get mad that you don't want to date a trans person. You know, she literally just said you gotta respect everybody's decision and opinions, no matter what it is. She literally just said that. So with that being said, like that other lady, you cannot get mad because somebody don't want to date a trans woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, make it make sense.
Sex is fun, and it should be about that.
All right, guys, that's it for the video, man. I feel like I could explain a lot of points better. I'm just over here just everywhere with my points, but with my dialogue in the video. But make sure to leave a like for the video, you know what I'm saying? Leave a comment down below. I know y'all got some comments because I'm pretty sure y'all gonna take some things I said the wrong way. But make sure you subscribe to the Older Squad. All right? We with Dog. I'm out.